What is up, you guys? This is Chris with Patch Boy Darb, patches for the culture. And in today's video, we are going to be showing you how we embroidered the Zenitsu sword right here onto our sleeve using the 9x3" MightyHoop from HoopMaster. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the 9x3" MightyHoop, that is this MightyHoop right here. This MightyHoop in particular is designed to embroider directly on the sleeves, as you can see right here. But no, you guys, it was not used for this Zenitsu face right here. For the Demon Slayer Destroyer logo right here, and for this Zenitsu face patch right here, I use the one and only 5.5" MightyHoop from HoopMaster. Be sure to pick up a 5.5" MightyHoop from HoopMaster and use promo code PatchBoy to get free shipping on your MightyHoop order. Without further delay, we're going to go ahead and show you guys how we embroidered Zenitsu sword right here onto this sleeve using the 9.3" MightyHoop. Let's go! Alright, you guys, so as you can see, I got the Zenitsu hoodie right here. This is the sleeve that I want to embroider the sword onto. As you can see, I got the 9x3" MightyHoop right here, looking nice and pristine. And I got a piece of white cutaway stabilizer right here. So the tricky part of this whole embroidery is going to be making sure that this bottom portion of the 9x3" MightyHoop is coming out away from the machine towards us. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it upside down like that. So when it's inside the sleeve right here, this part will be facing out towards me, as well as the remainder of the hoodie. And the sleeve portion right here will be the part that goes into the machine over that tubular arm. Let's see if we can get the stabilizer in there, as well as the MightyHoop. I think I'm gonna just start off with the stabilizer here and get it into the sleeve. It would come in handy to have one of the MightyHoop freestyle stations, specifically for this type of little hoop, but I don't have that. That wasn't sent over to me from HoopMaster, so we're just going to do it manually by hand. Right now, let's work on getting the hoop inside of there. Like that. Let me find my line. And if you wanted to, you could always go in with your chalk pencil and chalk out exactly where you would like this stuff to line up to. Alright, you guys, so I got the stabilizer sitting on top of the bottom portion of the hoop. Got the stabilizer just how I want it, but let me go in here and double check, make sure the stabilizer is fully over the hoop, which it is, so that's good there. Since I am hooping it upside down, here is the bottom portion of the MightyHoop, so that means I need to have this facing this way. Bada bing, just like that. So looking at where it's lined up now, I do think I want to move it downwards closer to the seam right here. So let me go ahead and redo that. So I'm just going to take the MightyHoop and the stabilizer and just pull it downwards a little bit. Alright, you guys, so I got the stabilizer right where I want it to be. I got the inner portion of the MightyHoop right where I want it to be. So now let's go ahead and take our MightyHoop. And remember, since we are doing this upside down, I am going to switch the hoop around like this. So that way this little indent is facing towards the top. And I'm going to go ahead and get that clamp down. And there we have it. Because like I said, I am going to be loading it into the machine at this angle right here. And if you guys can see in there, I don't know if you can see too well, but as you can see, the stabilizer is on there. And we got that bottom portion of the MightyHoop in place. So let's go ahead and take this over to the machine and load up our file. So this is the Brother Persona, also known as the Brother PRS 100. And this is the machine we have been using to customize this super cool Zenitsu hoodie. We also have our Zenitsu sword design lined up just right there on the screen, as you guys can see. It is 16,501 stitches. It's going to take 30 minutes at 600 stitches per minute. And before I start this embroidery, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change out my bobbin, so that way I can make sure I got a nice full bobbin in there. So right here I got a fresh full bobbin that I'm going to be using for this embroidery. As you can see, this is the top portion of the MightyHoop because it has the smaller tab right there. The larger thumb tab is right here at the bottom. And this portion of the MightyHoop is the portion that you want coming out of the machine. So let's just get the sleeve on here. Like that. And one extra thing I'm going to do before we start embroidering is I'm going to bring in my little stool right here and set this down right there. So that way I can have the hoodie resting on this stool, so that way it's not just drooping down and hanging off causing unwanted tension and pressure on the embroidery. All right, so one thing I gotta do over here on the screen is I gotta flip the design so that way it's upside down. So I'm gonna go to rotate, hit that little rotate button. I'm gonna hit 90 degrees once, and then I'm gonna hit 90 degrees twice. And there we have it. The design is now facing the proper direction that I need it to face. A cool thing about the embroider persona is you got the little red laser dot right there. That lets you know where the current needle position is. So if I hit the little trace button, it's going to do a rough trace around it to show where the design is going to be. Okay, looks like I need to move the design down. So this right here is the most upper portion of the design. I don't like it because it seems like it's getting a little close. It's not going to touch it at all, but I don't like how close it looks like it's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and move it down a little bit. And then I'm going to hit the size button right there. And I am going to scale it down a little bit. I'm going to do 1 and 2. That should be good there. Now our current size now is 7.46 inches by 1.78 inches. Let's see what that looks like. Once again, we're going to do our trace feature. Oh yeah, I already like that a lot more. Oh yeah, I definitely like that so much better. So let's go ahead and get our silver thread loaded up because that's what we got to use first. You guys, so I got the silver thread loaded up. We're going to go ahead and get this embroidery started. So let's go ahead and hit our lock button and hit the green start button. Alright you guys, if you guys got a brother persona, you know what that noise is. That means it is time to change our color thread. If you guys are still in the market for a digitizing software, be sure to check out Wilcom Hatch Digitizer, you guys. That is the digitizing software that we use over here at Patch Lloyd Arb, Patches for the Culture. Guys, this 9x3 inch MightyHoop is working perfectly. I am going to have to play around with it more to see like how big of a design I can actually stitch out. Because as you can see, with it being centered, I still got a lot of space on both left and right side of the hoop. So I am going to experiment to see how large I can actually embroider with this particular hoop. Guys, one of my favorites, I did that digitizing right there. I've done all the digitizing for every embroidery on this hoodie so far. Digitizing is actually quite fun. For those of you who might have a background in graphic design, you might find digitizing relatively easy. Alright you guys, check out these dope Crocs right here. I got the Zenitsu Crocs, as you can see. Let me put one down for you. So we got the one Croc here. It got the Demon Slayer logo on there. It got this little sparrow that follows Zenitsu around. You got Demon Slayer on the inside of the Croc there. The cool thing about the Zenitsu is like they have the adjustable heel bands right here. Now, I don't know if any of the other Crocs have like the adjustable hook and loop straps right there. So this one has a Zenitsu's little sword guard right there. Demon Slayer on the inside, of course. And you also got the Demon Slayer logo right there on the side of the Croc. But yeah, the Zenitsu's only come with the 3 little gibbets right there. I also have the Tanjiros right there. Hey! See, got the little cat that follows Tanjiro around secretly. He's always invisible when he collects Demon Slayer blood samples. We got the Destroy logo right there. As you can see, these straps, they have like some little loops in them, but they're not adjustable at all. It would have been cool if they made these adjustable. Here is the other Tanjiro shoe right here. I do want to switch out Tanjiro's handguard gibbet with the Rengoku, the Flame Hashira gibbet. I think that would be so much cooler on these Crocs here. I do have a blank black pullover hoodie that I plan on customizing so that way it can be Tanjiro themed. So that way I have a Zenitsu themed hoodie with Zenitsu Crocs, and then I'll have a Tanjiro themed hoodie with Tanjiro Crocs. Yeah, boy, because you got to coordinate. Alright you guys, so we just got done stitching out the Zenitsu sword onto the sleeve of our hoodie using the 9x3" MightyHoop. Let's take it off of the machine and bring it over to the craft table. Alright you guys, I think that worked out very well. Check it out. Check the embroidery out. The Zenitsu sword. You guys like how I did the satin stitches to give it a little texture effect, a little bit more detail in there. So since it is upside down, our thumb notch is right here to undo the hoop. So let's just press on that thumb notch. Pull it up right there. Comes off nice and easily. Let's go ahead and slide that portion out right there. There you have it. So now let's go ahead and put these back together, just like so. Now that the embroidery is done, you can kind of see like an oval shape around the embroidery, but it's not too bad. You usually get like little marks like that, no matter what type of hoop you use. Let's look at the inside of the hoodie here. So there's the inside of that hoodie, that sleeve. It looks like I need to mess around with my tension a little bit, but that's no issue with the hoop itself. That's just more so with me needing to adjust my tension there. There's a little bit of wonkiness going on here, but the embroidery itself stitched out very well. All right, you guys, check it out. So here is the hoodie progress right here. You see I got the Zenitsu's sword right there on the sleeve. I got a little loop right here I got to cut, but it's all good. Guys, the 9x3" MightyHoop worked perfectly for this hoodie sleeve right there. Zenitsu face right here as well. This one I did with the 5.5" MightyHoop. This one right here, the Demon Slayer Destroy logo, I did it with the 5.5" MightyHoop. This patch right here, this was done with the 7.25" MightyHoop. And this one right here, this one was done with the 7.25" MightyHoop as well. One of my favorite scenes right there. Look at this hoodie. Look at this. You telling me this ain't no cool hoodie? I do plan on putting more stuff on this sleeve here. I think I might want to put Zenitsu on the sleeve here and maybe do like some little thunderbolts or something. I also don't have anything on the back, as you can see, but that's because I haven't figured out what I want to put back here. So some of you guys were asking when I was going to make a video on it. I was kind of just waiting because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to put on the sleeves of this particular hoodie. But now that I got this one done, I am going to do some more. Maybe I'll do like another sword. Maybe I'll do like Tanjiro's sword. I still got to do something on this sleeve here. And I got to do something on the back, of course. But I don't know what I want to put on the back. But I was able to embroider right here on this right sleeve using the 9x3" MightyHoop from HoopMaster. And, of course, the Brother Persona. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed to the channel already. This has been Chris of Patchboy Patches for the culture, and we're gonna get on out of here, hop on our Wilcom Hatch digitizer and figure out what other swords we want to put on this sleeve. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.